Greetings and welcome back everyone to Back to the Future. And wasn't it nighttime when we last left off? I could have sworn it was nighttime, but oh well. Let's go talk to Emmy. What's up, Emmy?
Michael, you do show up at the oddest moments. Where have you been hiding?
Oh, you know, here and there. You're a little hard to pin down yourself. I went looking for you last night, but...
I believe I was off entertaining a beautiful lady. You know, I never really got a chance to thank you.
Well, I'm sure you would have escaped Kid on your own.
Kid? Oh, sure, I'm grateful for that, but no, I'm talking about Edna. It's funny to think of now, but until that crisis, I actually thought Edna and I disliked one another. Imagine.
Yeah, well, sometimes first impressions are right. The thing is, you shouldn't let Edna distract you from, you know, the business at hand. Finishing your project for the expo and going to see Frankenstein.
Oh, pshaw. I'm far too busy for movies these days.
But,
And as for my project, it's practically done.
the rocket car?
The rocket car? Boy, are you out of date. I've junked a rocket car.
But,
More trouble than it's worth. I'll never figure out a propulsion system that does what I want it to do. And besides, its social utility is practically non-existent.
social utility? Since when do you care about
The mental alignment meter is a much more worthy project.
the what?
It was Edna's idea, and she's really been cracking the whip to get me to complete it in time for the expo.
Emmett, I'm a little confused here. What day is it?
Why, it's opening day. The opening day of the expo. Which reminds me, I'd better skedaddle back to the lab. If Edna catches me dawdling, there'll be heck to pay. Catch you around, Corleone.
October 12th. Doc?
How long have they been dating for? Oh god. Where did we leave? Oh, who's that? Gentleman Jack Thomas Goodtime Mayor. Re-elect. Huh. That's interesting. I think he was actually in the movies as well. I guess it's going to the courthouse.
Come to think of it, it is a bit brisk for August.
Oh, we're 2 months late. The expo's about to start and teenage you is already in over his head with Edna.
I always did have a tendency to plunge into things.
Let's plunge into the DeLorean and get to the right...
No, it's far too risky. Remember how I was late picking you up in '86?
Yeah?
That should have been a tip-off. Something is horribly wrong with the time circuits, and the problem appears to be getting worse. If we try to jump now, we could find ourselves stranded in the Cenozoic age. Or worse, the Mesozoic.
Then we're stuck?
For the time being, I'll look into the problem and see what I can do. In the meantime, you can go to work on the other problem.
Right. I'll go to the lab and see if I can talk teenage you out of...
Impossible. If young me is already as infatuated as you say, you're not going to be able to talk him out of anything. Believe me, I remember. Better to focus on the more clear-headed half of the couple.
Edna. Where can I find her?
Where do you think? I'll drive. The DeLorean should still function adequately as a means of conveyance in the first 3 dimensions.
You were right. There she is.
My soon-to-be ex-future wife is nothing if not predictable.
Do I really have to talk to her? I mean, couldn't I just hang out until you fix the time circuits and...
Oh!
I'll talk to her. You better get the DeLorean out of sight before someone...
Hey, you! Quit blocking the drive! All Car of the Future contestants need to report to the North Tent.
Why not? Good luck!
Now this was a little while ago when this actually happened, but I would just like to mention something that I thought was pretty interesting. So I believe this game is written by the same person who wrote the actual movies, Back to the Future. And what's kind of cool about that is that, well, that means that the continuity, the movies and the game are intertwined, right? And what is cool is that if you remember in episode 3, they mentioned how, or Marty mentioned how his parents weren't originally happy, and then he fixed the time, and then he updated them and made them happy. And now, what's interesting about that is that there were rumors going around the internet that, well, not internet, but like in general, that, well, I guess there were theories going around the internet, you know, like, oh, Marty, when he updated his timeline, he got newer memories implanted into his brain, and then he would remember those memories growing up with his new family. But it turns out he remembers his original family and how unhappy they were, which means he doesn't remember who the hell his family is, and he's been living with an entirely different family this whole entire time to his original one, and like he still doesn't have those memories of new Marty because he's the old Marty, he's the original Marty. Marty is a constant. So that's what I thought was pretty interesting.
Spell it B-R-O-W-N. It's not exactly an obscure name.
I still don't see it on the list. I'm sorry.
Oh, for the love... Let me try this one more time. This is the Hill Valley Science Expo, right?
First annual.
Indeed. The purpose of our fair is to showcase cutting-edge technology.
That's right. And to burnish Hill Valley's reputation as a forward-thinking community.
And yet, you want to exclude the maker of the most revolutionary breakthrough of all.
It's not that I want to, but... oh, dear.
Mr. Corleone! You do pop up at the oddest times. What are you doing here?
I need to...
Whatever it is, I hope you don't have to deal with Mr. Stonewall here. His sole function seems to be preventing people from accomplishing their business. Honestly, with him keeping the books, it's a wonder the Tannen gang got as far as they did. Have you seen Emmett?
No.
Oh, then you've heard all about his big breakthrough, the mental alignment meter. Isn't it exciting? And to think, he didn't even realize the import of his discovery until I pointed it out to him. I've never known anyone like him, so oblivious to his own potential.
I kind of wanted to talk to you about Emmett and his potential.
Funny, I didn't spot it myself at first. In fact, for the longest time, I thought I didn't even like him.
Yeah. I don't get it. I mean, Emmett's nice and all, but he's not exactly the kind of guy that has girls swarming all over him.
Well, I'm not your average girl.
Yeah, but...
I appreciate your concerns, Mr. Corleone, but I can take care of myself. I know what I'm looking for in a man, and it so happens Emmett fits the bill to a T.
He's
That's
manipulated.
Emmett Brown. Rhymes with clown, which I'm beginning to think you are.
Just a simple mix-up, I'm sure.
I've no doubt of that.
She's a real... oh, she's a real piece of work.
Hey, Artie.
Officer!
Officer,
Right. Don't blow your cover.
will you please keep your mind on the task at hand?
Can't talk right now.
Oh, we were friends. Oh, love talking to Arthur. He's cool.
Hey, excuse me.
Yeah?
When does the expo
Not till
open?
tonight. Anybody without official business here, please get off the grounds!
Jesus Christ.
You got official business here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, stay out of the way of the workers. You look familiar. Do I know you?
Nope.
He looks familiar. Can I give him
can't-
that? No. Can't plug my guitar into him. Oh, where off to now? Oh, truck.
It's not as nice as my truck back in '86. Jeez, I hope I still have a truck back in '86.
Well, you probably don't, to be honest. You probably got that, like, that golf cart thing that everyone else was driving. Well, where did Marty go? Marty? Where the hell's Marty gone? Oh, there he is. Hello. He scared the crap out of me. Oh, he's gone now. Oh, let's talk to Doc.
Well,
I talked to her.
and?
She says she knows what she's looking for, and it's you.
But it can't be me. Wasn't me. Marty, we don't belong together.
You don't have to tell me that.
Find out exactly what her requirements are. I can almost guarantee you that I don't fit them.
You know what they are? It's easy to manipulate. That's what it is. Smart, easy to manipulate, you know. She's using him for her own personal gain. We figured that out, my friend.